Who would have thought that an audition to meet his hero would lead to such a varied career in the entertainment industry? A lot has changed for Charlie McDermott since The Middle ended. Charlie McDermott's acting career started when he was still a teenager. He landed his first film role playing a child in M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Speaking to MSN Entertainment, the actor explained that he never expected to get the part. As a young aspiring director himself, McDermott was a huge fan of Shyamalan's. The Village was filmed in Pennsylvania near McDermott's hometown, so when there was an open casting call for the film, he was eager to attend. As an 8th grader going to the casting call, he was more interested in meeting his idol than getting the part. McDermott explained, "He wasn't there since it was just a casting call, which at the time I didn't realize." While he didn't meet the director that day, the casting call took the young actor much farther than he'd initially imagined. McDermott said, "I was fortunate enough to get cast and I got lines. I got to work with him and meet him, and that's what kind of kept the acting going, so I just ran with that." After getting his first role in The Village, McDermott continued to get small parts over the next few years in movies and TV shows. In 2004, he was in 7 episodes of Windy Acres. A few years later, he acted in Disappearances and The 10. Then, in 2008, he landed a part in the award-winning indie film Frozen River. While it was a small indie film, it impressed critics and was nominated for 2 Oscars. McDermott earned his first award nomination for Best Supporting Male by the Independent Spirit Awards.
You're going to school.
I bet I can make more than you do.
Most fans know and love Charlie McDermott for his time playing Axel on The Middle. However, he was not initially cast when he auditioned for the series. The character Axel was also different in the original script. According to an interview with the Daily Actor, McDermott first auditioned for The Middle's pilot episode in 2006. At the time, the character who would later become Axel was named Elvis. When he auditioned for Elvis, he only made it through 2 rounds of the process before getting cut. Fortunately, that wasn't his last chance. That initial pilot episode wasn't picked up, so a year later they tried again. McDermott said, "The audition came back again and it was the exact same audition sides, except the character name was scratched out and it said Axel instead of Elvis. And I still had the scenes memorized because I only had 2 or 3 lines in the pilot. I had nothing to work with." This time, he made it through all 5 rounds of auditions and was finally cast as Axel, the oldest brother in the Heck family. The series ran from 2009 to 2018, and the role built up McDermott's fanbase, leading to consistent work from his teenage years into early adulthood. He had a lot of anxiety over the series ending and how the recognizable role would affect his career. McDermott told the Sioux City Journal, "I'm honestly very terrified this show will end and everyone will like me as an actor, but no one will ever hire me because I look like Axel."
Who wants to do shots? Right? Who's got...
In 2017, Charlie McDermott got to try his hand at directing, helming Season 8, Episode 19 of The Middle, titled The Confirmation. Speaking about the experience, McDermott said he felt well prepared as it's something he's wanted to do for so long. He told Entertainment Weekly, "I've been shadowing on set pretty much since the show began, even on all the projects I worked on prior to The Middle. So when the time finally came, I felt like I had a good grasp on it." But that's not to say he didn't have to work for it. According to the actor, he did a lot of prep, going over the script and speaking with the showrunner to ensure his directing matched the right vision for the episode. As part of his directing debut, McDermott got to recreate the iconic opening from Friends. As McDermott explained, "I felt very lucky that this was my first one because it was a great environment and really hard to mess up. Everyone already knew what they were doing and had a lot of fun." Not only did he make his directorial debut in 2017, but it was also the year he got married to actor, writer, and director Sarah Regi. When The Middle ended, it was hard for Charlie McDermott to determine where his acting career would go. Speaking to the Philadelphia Inquirer, the actor said, "I would like to keep acting, but acting is so spontaneous." McDermott did go on to play other roles, such as Stewart in the Mark Wahlberg comedy Instant Family. He was also in the 2019 thriller Countdown and Netflix's miniseries Unbelievable. However, he has not had as many TV or film roles since The Middle's final season. Instead, McDermott has stayed busy with some other creative passions, particularly with his music. He released a 2020 EP, Some Things Just Fall Out of Your Hands, with an 8-song track list. He also released the single Park and Ride in 2021, along with a music video he starred in and co-created with his wife. In September 2022, he came out with a 3-track EP called Blind Warm Wait. In an Instagram post promoting his music, the actor and musician explained his inspiration behind the EP. I read The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin last spring and really liked it. I named a new sleepy ambient album I recorded this summer after a passage, which describes the sensation of being lulled to sleep by someone else's touch. In 2023, Charlie McDermott reunited with the Middle co-star Eden Schur to direct a show she'd written. After working together for years playing the two older Hex siblings, she and McDermott became close friends. So when Schur created I Was on a Sitcom, McDermott was one of the first people she thought of to help bring it to life. He and his wife came together to co-direct her project. Speaking to Fest magazine about her show, Schur said she was nervous to ask McDermott to direct because it felt like a big favor. She then said, "But there's literally no person in the entire world who would have a better understanding of the material and be able to execute it." Additionally, Schur said that because of their directing, it evolved into a show she's now very proud of. In an Instagram post promoting I Was on a Sitcom, McDermott had equally kind words for the work of his former co-star. Eden's written a very surreal, vulnerable, and funny show. I co-directed this with Sarah Regi, really proud of it and excited for it to be out in the world.